Good morning and welcome to the Key Stage 3 Maths Challenge during form time today. You're going to have a series of questions. I'm going to give you some time, 1 to 2 minutes per question, and then I'm going to go through the answers with you. Here is your first question and we are starting now. Off you go and good luck. Okay, so your time is up. However, you can pause if you need more time, or if you've finished it and you want to move through to check the answer, you can just fast forward a little bit. Okay, let's go through the answer.
Okay, I find it helpful always to write out the question. I know a lot of these you can probably do in your head, but if we have 2 subtract, we're going to do what's in the brackets first. 3 subtract 4 gives us -1. And then again, I'm going to do the operation within the brackets, which gives me 5 subtract 6 is -1, subtract 7 gives me -8. I have 2 subtract -1 gives me 3. And then 3 subtract -8 is going to give me 3 plus 8 or 11. So the answer to question 1 is A.
Okay, question 2. Good luck. Okay, once again, pause if you need more time, fast forward if you want to get to the answer quicker.
Which one of these is a multiple of 24? I don't know my 24 times table, so I'm maybe going to have a look at the factors of 24. Maybe I could work out the prime factors. See if that helps. Helps to a point, because if we know that it's in the 3 times table, then we know that the digits have to sum to 3 or a multiple of 3. So that eliminates anything where the numbers don't sum to a multiple of 3. So we've now got a choice of 300 or 600. Obviously, my 2's don't help me. So let's have a look at the 8, and we can see if 300 or 600 are multiples of 8. So if I start with 300 first, quick bit of short division gives me 8 goes into 33 times, remainder 6, 8 goes into 6, and we can see straight away that it can't be 300. I now just quickly want to double check. make sure I've got the right answer. I can probably see now if I've got a remainder 4 and I'm doubling my 300 to 16, that would now be a remainder 8. And obviously the number we're dividing by is 8, but let's just double check. Okay, 8 7s are 56, remainder 4, and 8 multiplied by 5 gives us 40. So the answer to question 2 is E.
Now, just before we move on from that, it's just worth mentioning another thing here, because 300 is a factor of 600 and there is only one solution. That tells you that the answer cannot be 300, because if 300 was a multiple, then by definition 600 would also be a multiple. So that's just another little trick as well. Let's move on.
Question 3. As I say,
you've got 1 minute. Okay, you ready for the solution? Again, if you need more time, pause.
Really helpful to write the question out. First, I've got 25% of £37. I've got 25% of £17. I want to work this out as quickly as possible. I'm trying to find the difference. So the difference between £37 and £17 is £20, and 25% of £20 is going to give me £5. So 25% of 20, or 20 divided by 4, gives me £5. The answer to question 3 is B. Let's move on to question 4. Now, we can just simply count.
Okay, off you go. Okay, again, pause if you need more time.
The shaded squares here. What I could do, because I know that I'm looking for a fraction, I could just look at half of it because it's equal on both sides. So if I simply add these together, 1, 2, 3, these two halves are going to make 4, and these two make 5. So I've got 5 shaded squares out of 8 in total. So my answer is 5/8. Obviously, if I'd done the whole shape, I would have ended up with 10 over 16, which I could have then simplified back down to 5/8. So the answer to question 4 is 5/8 or D. Question 5.
And I think I'll give you a minute and a half. Okay, let's see.
Now, the way I did this one, I just wanted to keep it really simple. So I figured the quickest thing for me to do was to actually just sketch it out really quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 gives me A. 2 up 4 gives me B. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gives me C. D is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So D. I could probably see just by looking at it that D was an anomaly. Finally, E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. And then I can just quickly join those together. I can see, can't I, that that makes my square. I can see that D is my odd one out. We don't have to do anything fabulously mathematical. If it's quicker to draw it, it's entirely up to you. If you do want to look at it mathematically, then we would want to be looking at these side lengths here. So for example, A to B, we've got our coordinates here. A to B would be 2 squared, the difference between 4 and 2, plus 3 squared, the difference between 1 and 3, square rooted. That would give us root 13. And I'd just keep going. AC is 1 squared plus 5 squared, square rooted, which gives me the square root of 26. AD, 1 squared plus 4 squared, giving me the square root of 17. Keep going. AE, can you see that okay? Would be 3 squared and 2 squared. So 9 plus 4 gives me the root of 13. So I can see now I've got a pattern developing. I need to keep going. BC, again, would be 3 squared plus 2 squared. That's giving me my root 13. And then if I just do one more, 1 squared plus 1 squared in this case is just going to give me the square root of 4, which is 2. So as you build up a pattern, you start to see that D is the odd one out if you calculate it this way, or as I say, just having a look at it, either sketching it out or just looking at the differences between the X and the Y coordinates means that you can probably just see it intuitively. So the answer to question, just put my pen down, the answer to question 5 is, of course, 3, 5 being the odd one out, which is D.
Let me just add in there, sorry, apologies, there should be a square root sign there, so sorry about that.
Question 6. Question.
Okay, off you go.
tactics. I've written it out quickly. 2 to the power 6. You probably know most of these off by heart anyway, but 2 to the power 6 gives us 64. 3 to the power 3, I've got 9, 27, 81, 243. I've got 4, 16, 64, 256, 5, 25, 125, and obviously 36 is my last one. So I can see therefore that 4 to the power 4 is the largest value. The answer to question 6 is C. Question 7.
Okay, this is going to be your last question of today's challenge. Good luck. Okay, your last solution.
All right, we are told that there are 10 possible finished grids. And we want to see how many of the finished grids have 2 red squares next to each other. So I don't have the right colour pens here, rather annoyingly. So we'll just simplify. Oh, actually, maybe I do. No, I don't. Right, okay, so anyway, so we've got a combination where we've got 3 blue and 2 red. All right, we've got 2 red together here, 2 red together here, 2 red together here. And to be honest, I didn't need to draw the other 6 configurations. They're not relevant, they don't help me, because there's no other way I can have 2 red grids, red squares together. So I have 4 potential solutions. To the answer to question 7 is B and 4.
Okay, that's it. We are done. So I hope you've enjoyed that, working through those and also seeing the worked solutions. And what I'd like you to do on your respective Google Classrooms, it's just out of 7. I'd just be really, really interested to know what your mark was out of 7 and any feedback, more time, less time, anything like that will help for future ones. Thank you so much. And yeah, I hope to see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.